Oh, Jen has joined us. Wonderful. Okay. So welcome, Jen. Welcome, Julie. Good to see you guys. All right. Welcome to Total Body Reboot Level 1. Welcome on YouTube. We are going to get going here. So I'm going to grab a chair so that I can teach using the chair. Just finished Total Body Reboot Level 2, so you can see the residue of that class. So today, we are going to use any therabands that you've got. Maybe grab those. If you have some soup cans, you can grab those. A couple of soup cans. And if you have a mini band like this, grab that. Also, if you have your melt ball, we're going to use that today. And if you have a foam roller or a melt roller, grab that. And we should be all good to go. So some bands, a melt roller, foam roller, ball. So whatever ball you have is great, but the melt ball is the best. Whatever foam roller you have is fine, but the melt roller is the best. Okay. So once you've collected all of your equipment, we'll start with just noticing what you feel. Okay, so we're just going to tune into our body here for this next 50 minutes, and we're going to do things to help the mobility improve your balance, and improve your strength. So we're going to start with just noticing which parts of your feet are in contact with the ground, which parts of your feet are not in contact with the ground. Then we're going to scan between your ankles and your knees. We're going to notice what you feel there. And then we're going to scan between knees and hips, noticing what you feel there. Notice if you feel heavier on one side, ideally you'd feel balanced right to left. Okay, so if you're just joining in, you can just take a quick scan, scanning from your bottoms of your feet to your head and back down, and just noticing what you feel without judgment. It's very easy to judge what you feel. If you feel pain or stiffness, it's very easy to judge that and assume that you know why. But we're just going to notice it and see what changes with melting. So we're going to use our soft melt ball, put it right under the middle of your foot. Lift your weight from side to side. If you don't have a soft melt ball, you can use any ball, but don't put your full body weight on it. It should feel like pressure, not pain. Okay, we're going to throw in some bending and twisting. Just keep yourself safe. Do only what feels good. Then we're going to do one press at each first joint right along the foot pad. We're going to go to the highest point of your arch, just below the foot pad, over to the outside of the foot, up to the front of the heel. Keep your toes down, work the ball back to the back of the heel. Then work it forward, tighten up the wiggle. Do your Elvis impersonation. Okay, keep the heel down, slide the ball across the foot pad, no pressure coming back. Okay, we're going to do that 3 times. And then with one foot in front, you're going to move the ball from toes to heel, step through. We're going to do that 5 times. And we're going to do a little scribble. This just stimulates the lymphatic system, helps to promote fluid movement throughout your body, which is going to help your immune system, and it helps to balance the nervous system as well. So when I say balance the nervous system, you can read between the lines that means de-stress. Okay? And move the ball to the middle of the foot on the other side, shift your weight from side to side. So it should literally just feel like pressure, not pain. If you are not using a melt ball, take your foot off the ball for this next part. We're going to throw in some bending and twisting. Keep it pain-free. It does not have to look like what I'm doing, but we're just moving in ways that you don't typically move on your average day to help free up any areas of tension or connective tissue tightness, soft tissue tightness. All right, let's do one press at each first joint right along your foot pad. And then we're going to go to the highest point of your arch. And we'll go up from there to just below the foot pad, over to the outside of the foot, up to the front of the heel. Keep your toes down, work the ball back to the back of the heel. Work the ball forward, tightening up the wiggle, doing your Elvis impersonation here. Then we're going to slide the ball across the foot pad toward the little toe 3 times. And then we're going to move the ball from toes to heel, step through 5 times. Okay, and then we're just going to scribble, scribble, scribble all over the bottom of the foot. And foot melt is just a wonderful way to warm up your body for further activity. It loosens up your legs, your lower back. So if you stand here, you may notice just feeling more balanced right to left. You may notice feeling right now and also just kind of more connected to your body, like it's one cohesive thing, more so than before. All right. Beautiful. All right, so we're going to start with doing a few things with our chair. And if you have a mini band, you can use the mini band. If you don't have a mini band, you can tie a band around your legs to create one. So we're going to put the mini band around your knees, just above your knees. And then with your other band, so yellow's the easiest, red's the next level up. And then it goes green, blue, black. So we're going to have our hands open. We always want to have hands open with the things that we do here because it's going to activate the muscles on the back of your body more by having your hands open. Okay. So, so Jen, do you only have one band?
I just only brought this one out.
Oh, okay. Why don't you...
Want a red one? I have like the red, like I could wrap something around it like some mini band.
Oh, I got you. Put the mini band above your knees. That'll be better because we want to activate glutes more for your back.
Okay.
And then the other band you can wrap around your hands.
Okay.
If you have it.
Sorry, I was multitasking with children.
All good. No apology needed. All right. So you want your knees to be apart and your knees in line with your second toe. You're going to tilt. You're going to lean forward, stand up, keep your elbows close to your body, and pull your hands out to the side. Okay. So you're going to sit down, stand up. So the key with this one is to think of squeezing your shoulder blades down and back, keeping your elbows right next to your body as you bring your hands out. Don't let there be any daylight between your elbows and your body. All right, now you can make this just a little bit more challenging by, you're going to stand on one leg, pick the other leg out in front. Okay, now you got to balance. And you're going to sit all the way down in the chair if you can. Try it. Almost. Okay, then we're going to come up. Try the other leg. Sit all the way down in the chair. Okay, so this next time, lean forward more as you sit in the chair. Not everyone can do this, so not everyone watching should do this. But if you lean forward more, then you won't flop. There, good, Julie. Okay, stand up. Lean forward so that you don't flop down. And the goal is to keep your knee in line with your second toe as you're doing this. You're keeping your knee in line with your second toe as you sit down. Okay, and then let's go back to knees wide, pushing out against the band. Externally rotate. We're going to do 6 of these. You feel a little bit of glutes working as you push out into the band. You probably feel your shoulders working quite a bit. Keep those elbows in close to your body. Good. Keep the band above your legs, and we're just going to practice a little side step for a minute, and then we're going to move the band. Okay, so with your side step, you're going to have your knees bent a little bit. We're going to step to the side. It's going to feel very easy. Okay, and then switch sides. All right, so when you step to the side, it's a full weight shift, Julie. All the way over, yeah. There you go. So this is like a little warm-up, okay? Just warming our body up. Now, let's move the band down to our ankles. And if your balance is impaired, you will want to have something stable to hold on to. Safety is a concern. Okay, and if you don't have a band for this, that's all right. You can do it without the band. All right, so we're going to step to the side. See how my knees are just slightly bent? Okay, and then I'm going to step to the other side. And see how I'm shifting my weight all the way over. This exercise, you'll feel it in your glutes. You guys feeling it in your glutes? Give me a thumbs up if you feel it in your glutes. Yep, good. Switching sides. Good, other side. Nice. Okay, now we're just going to move it to our feet. Just going all the way down on your feet. And we're going to step. So this pulls in a little bit more of the lower leg muscles. And also your glutes. This is the hardest level. Good. Well done, ladies. All right. So now, let's use a light band. So if you've got yellow, that's a good one for this, if you're newer to fitness. So some of you, if you have a tricky shoulder, then it would be best to do this exercise without the band first. And of course, with any exercise that we do, if you have pain while you're doing it, you need to do a smaller range of motion, less resistance. There should be no pain while we're doing these exercises. Okay, so you're going to have your left foot on the band. You're going to bend your left knee. And you're going to get down into as much of a lunge as you can. So some people, it's going to just be here. Prove those limits, and physical therapy evaluation might be what you need. Okay, so we're just going to bring those hands down. Nice and slow after you stand. When you bring your knee down, don't have it hover just above the ground, okay? So it's going to be hovering just above the ground. And you're leaning forward slightly so that we load the glutes. Okay, we'll switch. This time my hands are going to go to the side like this, okay? So I'm leaning forward slightly. My knee, though, is staying pretty close to just right over my ankle. I'm going to squeeze those shoulder blades together as I lift up. You got to make sure your hands are just coming up as high as your shoulders, not higher. So like your right hand's getting a little too high. And squeeze that shoulder, the shoulders down and back. Well done, well done. Switch feet. Okay, so I'm going to put my right foot in front. I'm going to have my hands at my sides like this. Spirit fingers. Okay, we're going to press up. Keep it in a pain-free range. Okay, just do a few of them, like 3 each arm. So Jen, in case you missed it, 3 each arm like this. All right, and then So wrap the band. So it's going to come across your chest. So I like to wrap it so it comes between my two fingers here, like that. Like right in the web space for this one. And I'm just squeezing those shoulder blades together. Keep your elbows straight. You should feel a little burn between your shoulder blades. Good. Okay, then the next one, you're going to, I take it so I have one hand is wrapped like this. The other hand is coming back this way. It's all about the pull of the band. So we're going to be pulling up with your left arm and pulling straight back with the right, like this. Good. And then switch. Pulling straight back with the right arm. Left arm. So you're pulling back behind your body. Nice. Okay. Let's lay on the floor for some exercises now. You're going to need your mini band. We're going to do an exercise that targets your spinal muscles segmentally. Okay, so the reason this is important is because you might have one segment in your spine where the muscles are really weak, and when that happens, there's compensation patterns that have to occur that cause pain. So sometimes people have back pain literally because they just have a segment in their spine that's weak, and if you don't do an exercise that targets that segment, then you're always going to have back pain. It keeps coming back. All right, so this one is an exercise that targets those segments. So you're going to lay on your back, pelvis even on the ground. Squeeze your butt on the left, pressing your heel into the ground. The band is above your knees. If you don't have a band, you can still do this without the band. You're going to rotate your right leg out to the side and come back. So make sure you squeeze your butt on the left as you rotate that right leg out to the side. The other thing I want you to do is draw the abs in. You can make a little sound to make sure you're getting that activation. Do it 3 times, and then we're going to switch. Pushing your heel to the ground on the right side. Making a sound as you rotate your leg out to the side. And you'll feel, if you put your hands on your belly button, you'll feel that by rotating your leg, or by making the sound, you're going to feel your abs drawing in more. That means you're getting a stronger activation of your deep core. Okay, so we're going to squeeze our butt on the left, activating that deep core, rotate. 3 times, and then squeeze your butt on the right, rotating. So let's see, Jen, it looks like you are, let me see, keep going, let me just get a closer look. Okay, your foot should stay still, Jen. Your foot stays still, and you're just going to rotate out to the side. Yeah, just that left leg. Yeah, there you go. Okay, and then the next one, we're going to have our knees bent to 90 degrees. You're going to squeeze your butt on the left and rotate that leg out to the side. And then squeeze your butt on the right, rotate that leg out to the side. Good, okay, we're going to switch, or we're going to repeat that full circuit again. The second set you'll probably find is easier. So we're going to have knees bent about 30 degrees, and you keep your feet still. Okay, you're going to squeeze your butt on the left, pushing your left heel into the ground, and you're going to rotate that right leg out to the side, but you keep the heel in one place. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Squeeze your butt on the right, rotate out to the left 3 times. Okay, then bend the knees a bit, Squeeze your butt on the left, rotate. Squeeze your butt on the right, rotate. 3 times. Knees bent to 90 degrees, squeezing your butt on the left. 3 times to the right. Squeeze your butt on the right. 3 times to the left. Good. Okay, let's take the band off. And we're going to do an exercise that works our core. So you're going to lift your legs up. And you want your knees in tabletop, your legs in tabletop. You're going to draw the abs in and put your hands on your belly so you can feel that. There should be a small little arch in your lower back, okay? And then we're going to make your shh sound and bring your foot halfway to the ground. And then bring it up, and then switch. Bring your foot halfway to the ground, bring it up. Good. Wow, my batteries were running low. That's looking good. Do 3 more of those. I have to grab my charger. Okay, and then the next one that we'll do, you're going to have your feet on the ground to start. And you're going to make a shh sound. Lift one foot, put it down, lift the other foot, put it down. Let's do it 3 times. So by doing that sound, it helps you kind of over-activate those core muscles that we want to really stimulate to wake up. Okay, next we're going to have our feet up. Notice your pelvis being level between right and left. Little arch in your lower back, arms up. They call this exercise a dying bug, which I think it kind of does look like a dying bug. All right, so we're going to make a sound and touch our big toe to the ground like this while you reach your right arm back. Your right arm's going to go back. Touch the big toe. Bring it up. Switch. Making sure to keep those abs in and you're moving your legs back and forth. Your hand is not touching the ground ever. All right, nice work. Next, we're going to have our feet on the ground. We're going to, you can have your hands wherever you want them. And you're going to squeeze your butt as hard as you can. And as you do that, when you really squeeze your butt, you're going to lift your hips up. They're just going to come up as you squeeze your butt. Okay, so you're going to keep squeezing your butt as you lift up so that you're segmentally lifting and only go to a pain-free range, okay? So some people try to do it really good and they go as high as they can. Well, that might be uncomfortable for you or it might be too much. So don't go that far if it hurts or if it's uncomfortable. Okay, and then we're going to imagine that you're in a hammock as you go down, hammock all the way down. Now the only, so Jen, I would say for you, don't hammock, okay? So when you do this one, Jen, I just want you to squeeze your butt and lift up, squeeze your butt and lift down without that extra bendy stuff, okay? So it's going to probably put too much pressure where we don't want it, okay? So for you, Jen, just lift up and come down, kind of more like this. Whereas for everybody else, we're going to squeeze, lift, 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 lift. And we want to have kind of like a bend, like imagining you're in a hammock as you squeeze your butt as you come down, so we work each segment. If you've had spinal fusion surgery, you don't want to do it this way. If you've had spinal fusion surgery, you should more lift straight up and down like your back is one straight board, because it kind of is. Okay, so we don't want to put pressure on that. All right, so we're going to squeeze your butt as you tuck, going all the way up, or as far up as your body will allow, and then you're going to tuck all the way down, squeezing your butt. Make sure you keep squeezing your butt all the way down, because your body's going to want to shut the butt off and just use the hamstrings. The other thing to focus on is keep your knees in line with your second toe. Don't let those knees bow out to the side. That's a common thing people will do. Their knees will bow out to the side, and it's just a compensation pattern due to weakness in your glutes and in your deep front line. Okay, next time we get up to the top, we're going to march. So put your arms across your chest, we're going to march. Nice, take a little rest break. And then squeeze your butt, lift up. And we're going to stretch out one leg. And we're going to hold it just halfway down the other leg for a breath. Then put it down. Stretch out the other leg. Hold it halfway down the other leg for a breath. Full breath. In and out. Switch. Stretch out that leg. Hold. Full breath. And again, hold. Full breath. One more each side. Stretch that leg out. Hold it halfway down. Breath. And hold it halfway down your leg. Breath. Wonderful. We're going to come down. Nice job. All right. Now we're going to be on our hands and knees. And we're going to do an exercise called swimmer's prep. So for swimmer's prep, you want to have your chin tucked, squeeze your shoulder blades together. And we're going to start with just the legs. Okay, so you're going to draw your abs in, and we're going to just stretch our leg back and hold it just above the ground for a breath. Bring it in, and then the next one. Stretch it out, hold it just above the ground for a breath. Bring it in. So Julie, a lot lower with your leg. Let's do the other leg again. You're just going to hold it just barely above the ground. Good. By holding the leg low, just barely above the ground, it strengthens your back muscles more. So that's what we're going for. Okay, now we're going to do just the arm. Okay, just one arm, and then the next, and you'll feel this works your core in the front, and it's also a neck strengthening exercise. Okay, take a little rest break. If you haven't been used to doing these kinds of exercises, it can be tough. So just, sit back for a minute, let your muscles take a little breather. So the next thing we're going to try to do is we're going to lift your leg and your arm at the same time. Okay? And common patterns people will do is they'll really lean. Usually they lean over this way. So they'll lean over this way. So you want to maintain your pelvis be level as you do this. And one way that you can make sure you're getting it level or keeping it level is you can put a broomstick or a foam roll on your back. And you have to balance it here in the small of your back. So that makes sure that you maintain a neutral spine, and then your abs in. And then you bring your leg back, you bring your arm back, and if it doesn't roll off, you know you did it right. 3 times each side. It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun to balance it on the back and try to keep it from rolling off. I have a strange definition of fun though, because I like to exercise. All right. Well done, ladies. So we're going to lay on our back again. And we're going to do a small little crunch so that you get a little strengthening through your neck muscles. Okay, so we're going to do like a level 1 version of this. I do a level 2 version in reboot level 2. So for a level 1 version, you can squeeze your shoulder blades together and lift your hands off the ground like this. You're going to tuck your chin and press your head against the ground. And you're going to keep tucking your chin as you lift your head up and roll forward so your shoulder blades come off the ground. Okay? And then on the way down, just slowly lower your head. All right? Be easy. So when you come up, your hands come up too. You'll come up, and then just slowly lower your head down. Be easy. Good. One more. Tuck your chin as you press back against the floor, and then you roll your chin forward, rolling up, and then lower your head back. Nice and easy. Great job.
Are we using a lot of our neck muscles?
Yes. This is a lot of neck. All right, good. And then we're just going to take and rub around the back of our head with our fingertips and around our neck muscles. So all we're doing there is just waking up those muscles a little bit. If you're not used to that, you might feel a lot of tension, but don't worry about it. Nothing's wrong. It's just part of getting stronger. So I'll just rub all around my ear, above my ear, on the side of my head, all that stuff. All right, good. Okay, so let's do another set of the exercise with the band and the lunges. It's good to do 2 sets because the second set is going to feel easier, and doing more repetitions gets you stronger. Okay, so we're going to have our thumbs up. We're going to get into a lunge. Squeeze your shoulder blades down and back. Lift your hands to the level of your shoulders. Slowly lower. Okay, so we're leaning forward, loading the glute. If you lean forward to load that glute. That looks good, Julie. Okay, then we're going to switch sides. This time, you're going to be coming straight out to the side. So leaning forward to load the glute. Abs in. Squeeze your shoulder blades down and back. Lift the hands up. Coming straight down. Good. All right, let's work on some balance. So we'll stand on your right leg. You can use a chair if you need it or a countertop. We want the pelvis level, shoulders level. You're just going to kick out to the side 10 times. Grip the ground with your toes. Kick forward 10 times. Good. Kick back 10 times. And across 10 times. Nice. Then we'll switch. So we're going to kick out to the side 10 times. Think about keeping your shoulders and hips level. Get forward 10 times. Only use the chair if you need it. Try not to use it. Cross your body 10 times. Best way to improve your balance is by doing it. More practice. Kicking back 10 times. Okay, now we're going to stand on just the right leg. And we're going to balance. And the goal is to get 30 seconds without touching anything and without touching your foot down. That's good balance. If you can stand on one leg for 30 seconds without touching anything, that means you're a low fall risk. It means you're good balance. And that's just really easy for you. Close your eyes. And that'll just take you up a notch with your fitness and injury prevention. Make you more nimble. You can use that. All being more nimble. Woo! All right, let's switch sides. So we want to keep your hips and shoulders in alignment. Watch to make sure that you've got that alignment before you try to increase the challenge by closing your eyes. You might need to work on this alignment first for a bit before you try closing your eyes. Almost there. Great job. Okay, let's switch sides. We're going to do one more on the other side, one more each leg. So this is an easy one to practice throughout the day. Don't need any special equipment. Just want to, take a little break and work on your balance for a minute or two. It helps to prevent ankle pain, foot pain, knee pain. Another great thing for strengthening your glutes and your legs is the Barefoot Science insoles. These things are awesome. I have them in my shoes. I recommend them to all my clients. And what's different about a Barefoot Science insole is that it's actually going to strengthen your feet, whereas all other types of insoles are only providing support. And so your legs and your feet actually don't get stronger. They actually, in some ways, get weaker by having those orthotics or insoles. But go to switch legs if you haven't. Barefoot Science insoles actually strengthen the muscles of your feet. They strengthen the muscles of your hamstrings and glutes. They've got research that shows that. It helps prevent back pain. It helps back pain to go away. It balances out muscle imbalances. You can just wear them in your shoes and walk around. They're pretty amazing, and they're not real expensive, so definitely check into those. And I don't get anything from Barefoot Science for saying this. I'm just telling you guys they're awesome. All right, good. So next we're going to do a little bit of full body movement. So we're going to reach with one hand, straight out. Feel that stretch as you look between your two fingers. Reach across. Taking a breath in, bend your knees. Come back to the middle. So feel that stretch across the front of your body. And breathe out as I reach. Breathe in as I come back to the middle. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Feeling that stretch all the way across the front of the body. Great. Okay, our next exercise, we're going to alternate punching, okay? So for the next exercise, you're going to have your right hand palm down, left hand palm up to start with. Okay, you're going to have your feet about shoulder width apart. They're hip width apart, and we're going to make a sound, breathing out as we press forward. You're in charge of how much you bend your knees, okay? You don't have to bend your knees a lot. So this helps to stretch the fascia around your liver, which is an organ for processing a lot, and helps. We tend to end up developing a holding of stress around our liver as well, and so it kind of helps us to relieve some of that. There's certain spots where people tend to stuck stress, stuck emotions, and so irritation, anger can tend to get kind of stuck around the liver, and anxieties, worries can be stuck kind of in the guts around the iliopsoas. This helps to kind of clear some of that. Okay, so the next one we're going to do, keep yourself safe. So some people aren't going to be able to bend all the way down. That's okay. Maybe you just bend this far because that's really as far as your body's comfortable with. Okay, maybe you need to hinge at the hip a little bit. That's okay. So listen to your body. Don't force anything. If you're comfortable bending forward and it feels okay, you can bend forward, sliding your hands along the back of your legs. And then you're going to come up the inside of your leg. When you get to the front of your thighs, you're going to lift your hands off. Reach for the sky, up on your toes, breathing in, and then come down. Okay? And as we come down, so for some of you, maybe you'll just go to here. That's okay. Just let your hands slide, come around to the front, reach, breathing in, come back down. You'll get benefit just from even doing this much. You can bend your knees too and do it like this. So listen to your body, don't force anything, okay? You can go just like this. And so what we're doing with this movement is we're helping to stimulate the kidney meridian, which is the connective tissue pathway related to your kidneys. Helps with healthy elimination. And we're just stretching as well. Doing a little stretch and strengthening. 2-for-1 combo. Breathing in again as you're reaching up. Wonderful. All right, so for our next one, we're going to have our feet spread wide. And you're in charge of how deep you go with this exercise. So some people in this class, they'll go just this far. Breathe in here. So you're getting a little rotation. Keep yourself safe. Only do what feels good. Don't force. And then rotate. Breathe in. So you're breathing out as you come through. Breathing in. Okay? The full move is you're going to come low. Breathe in. Breathe in. So really wide legs. Breathe in. Yeah. Breathe in. So Jen, if you can, try going wider with your legs. Get that a little, like a wider stance, yeah. There you go. So the key with this is that you're not grinding on your knees by being too far forward on the knees. Keep your heels down. Make sure your heels are staying down the whole time. And it's hard. You'll feel it burning in your legs, to be sure. Yeah, good. It just loosens up the hips, back. Nice. Okay, now we're going to reach our hands up. So I just float my hands up like this, breathing in. Just reaching for the heavens without straining or forcing it. You can see that my knees are not locked out. Okay? And then I'm going to float my hands down. Okay, so I'm going to reach up and then float those hands down. Reach up, breathing in, float the hands down. I forgot to mention bending your knees. Reach up, and then breathe in, breathe out as you float your hands down, and bend your knees a little bit. Great. Okay, then we're going to reverse it. We're going to go up, going to straight knees without extending, hyperextending. Float the hands down. Breathing in. Float those hands down. Breathe in. Float those hands down. I like this one for neck range of motion, this next one. So as I turn my head, I'm going to squeeze my shoulder blades down and back. Breathe in, and then as I exhale, I'm going to bend my knees. Breathe in, breathe out. 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 So you're not forcing your neck mobility. Don't force it. Remember to squeeze those shoulder blades down and back. We're just keeping it in a pain-free range for now. And as you stick with this class, your range will increase, your strength will increase, all that stuff. All right, we're going to use our band. We're doing another set of pulling the band across your chest. This. Okay, so we just want to feel a burn there between the shoulder blades. Keeping your hands at the level of your shoulders. If you want to add an element to it, you can stand on one leg, bend your knee a little bit. Try to keep your knee in line with your second toe. Switch. Good. Then the next thing we're going to do is a circle. So you're going to do an arm circle. So you're going to go up and around. Up and around. Up and around. You want the band to come right across the front of your chest. Nice. Love it. All right, let's use our little mini band. Again, we're going to put that on our feet. And we're going to work those glutes. You guys will feel this tomorrow. You'll feel it a little bit in your glutes. And if you don't, we didn't do enough of them. All right, so we want the band on our feet. And you're going to step to the side. Good. You can see from the side, my knees are just slightly bent. If you bend your knees a lot, you're going to get more glute and piriformis. But what we're trying to target is gluteus medius and minimus, which are more of your stabilizing muscles for your knee. And they also help stabilize your back. Okay, we're going to go 3 this side, then 3 that side. We're going to do 3 sets. Okay? 3, 3, 3, 3. Almost done. 3. Woohoo! Nice. guys getting a burn? Give me a thumbs up if you feel a burn in your glutes. Yes? All right. Next exercise, we're going to work on balance. So some of you guys need to just stand on one leg and reach for your chair, okay? And for some of you, you need to do this in a place that's very stable, such as I would recommend be in like a corner and do it more like this, then you bend, okay? Because it's not safe for you, because your balance is so poor, to do this, okay? But for you guys that are in this class, on my Zoom class, I can see you, I know your balance is pretty good enough to do this. So we're gonna keep your knee in line with your second toe. Your toes are gonna be spread apart, okay? And just work on bringing your knee in line with your second toe and then relax it, okay? And just see how when you bring your knee in line with your second toe, your arch lifts. You see that? And then you can rest your hand on your hip and you can feel those muscles turn on. You guys see what I'm talking about? Thumbs up if you've got it. Yep. Okay, so we're going to get that knee in line with the second toe. You can have your hand here to just make sure you understand it. And if your balance is good enough, which I know both of you ladies are fine, you're going to slide your hand down to your knee and come back up like that. Yeah? We're going to do 3 of those. Keeping that knee in line with that second toe. Keep your knees straight. Yeah? And then switch. Okay, so for those of you guys that this is not appropriate for, what you're working on is in a safe space. You're going to be doing this, trying to just bend and straighten your knee to touch something in front of you. Okay? So next, we're going to stand on one leg, and so everybody can do this one. You're going to stand on one leg, and you are in charge of how much you bend your knee, okay? Because if you just bend it a little bit, then you're going to be working on your balance, but maybe not outside of what you're able to do right now, okay? If you bend it more, it's harder. What I love about this exercise is that all levels can do it, okay? So we keep our knee in line with our second toe. We're going to go forward. We're going to go straight out to the side, and notice how I do, see how my shoulders and hips stay in alignment as I do that. I'm going to go back at an angle, straight back, back, and across. When I go across in front, my knee gets, I'm straightening it. I'm going from bent to straighten. Okay? All right, and let's repeat that. So keeping your knee in line with your second toe, just like we were doing earlier. This is a strengthening exercise for your knees and your hips. Now we're going to go from knee bent to straight, reaching across. One more time. In front, to the side, back at an angle, straight back. Okay, and then across. Nice. Okay, let's switch. Keeping it in line with your second toe. Now go forward, out to the side, back, straight back, and then around. Forward, out to the side, back at an angle, straight back. That's kind of the hardest one that we just did there. So when you reach across, you're going to straighten your knee out. Your knee gets straight. So if you bend, straight. Different than all the other ones. Where we're going from straight to bend. So remember, you don't have to go as far as I'm going, or you can go further if you're stronger. I work with some professional athletes, elite, collegiate athletes. They can go all the way down into a full pistol squat and do this. Come back up, which I don't have the strength for. and doing that at every level. That's just next level. That's crazy stuff. All right, we're wrapping up here. So we're gonna use your chair for stability. Put your right leg in front, left leg back. And you're just gonna hold on here. Left leg's gonna be back, pushing the heel down. And by rotating a little bit, you're gonna get a nice little stretch through the front of your hip, and also you'll feel it in your calf. It's feeling it in your calf as well as the front of your hip. Give me a thumbs up if you're feeling that. Jen, you got that? Back, you're getting it in your calf? Yeah, good. All right, we're just gonna hold this for 1 full minute, because when you want to stretch for improved length, you really need to hold it for a minute so that you get the elastic component of the fascia engaged, and you can get some permanent elongation, semi-permanent. And if something's very tight, you're gonna need to stretch it. We're switching sides. You're gonna need to stretch it 5 times a week for about 4 weeks before you're gonna notice much of a change. So if you have tight muscles, you gotta stick with it for a long time before you're gonna feel a difference. Usually I recommend if somebody has really tight calves, for example, which is one of the things we're stretching here, that you stretch for 6 weeks, 5 times a week. And just breathing into it, never forcing through barriers or straining. And think about driving your heel into the ground. Feel that stretch all the way. If you think about driving your heel into the ground, you'll feel more of a stretch in your calf and the back of your leg. You guys notice that? You really press your heel? Yeah. Good. So another stretch that I'm a fan of, if you have the balance for it, is put your heel up on something like this. It's a really good stretch for opening up your hips and your back. It's a good one for recharging your back. Make sure your toes are pointing straight up toward the ceiling, not down like this. Okay? Toes pointing straight up. Some people don't have enough balance for that. It's not safe for them. So you can stretch sitting down. So this is a good hamstring stretch. Just sitting on 2 chairs the same height, lean forward from the hip. And if you want to stretch your adductor, kind of similar to what you guys are doing there, you can just put your leg out to the side. And you'll get a good stretch that way. Okay, so you've got options when it comes to stretching. Keep yourself safe. It's important to stretch after a workout like this. We want to stretch glutes, adductors, calves, hip flexors. Okay. All right, so I'm going to say goodbye on YouTube, and I'm going to wrap up with the Zoom class, find out their takeaways, and we'll work on some goals and how they're doing with that. So if you would like some coaching to help you with your technique and help hold you accountable with classes, etc., then join us on Zoom. Otherwise, keep coming back on YouTube. Happy that you're here, and we will see you soon in a class.